Hello and welcome to the fourth annual end of year cross stitch spectacular. I'm like, what is the name of this program? I don't know. But thank you and welcome back to another end of year review show where I talk about all the progress and lack of progress made on a variety of different cross stitching topics and projects over the last year. Now, 2020 has been a year in which nothing is the same. Like, nothing is smooth, nothing is easy, everything is completely abnormal. And for some of you out there, you were able to stay home and get a lot of stitching done. And I really, really am jealous of you people. Some of you guys made some incredible progress with some projects that you've shown me on Facebook and Twitch and YouTube. And it's awesome. I'm very, very jealous, but it's really, really cool. I, alas, have not. For me, cross stitch has always been something that I do when I'm more relaxed. And, definitely for the there was about a 6-month span where I didn't get very much cross stitch done at all this year. But in the last couple of months, I've definitely made a comeback of sorts, a resurgence, and especially in the last couple of weeks, I've been getting a lot done. And I started gathering everything together, all the projects that I have or haven't worked on over the last year. And then I went through my end of year video for last year, and really, honestly, I might have gotten more done this year than I did the year before, which is a little weird, but maybe not. Maybe not. But we're going to go through all the projects one at a time. I have a massive pile of projects over here on the table. You'll see behind me that I have the cork board is empty. And if I have a picture for a cross stitch project that I come across, I will put it up on the board. I may not put them, I know I'm not going to put them all up. I'm not that organized right now. But in the interest of just getting the video done so that I can relax more, truly that's what it's about. I have a 4-day weekend coming up and I just wanted to get the video done and get it out there. And honestly, just start stitching for the new year. I'm ready to get started stitching. I really am. If you don't know, this is my festive floss. So if you guys... if you're looking to decorate yourself for Christmas, just get some floss and be festive with it. So that's how I do it. But I wanted to talk about, before we start going through all the different patterns, there were 3 major developments with my cross-stitching world this year. The first one was when I started streaming on Twitch in the summertime. And Twitch, if you don't know, is basically an online platform. Most people would think of it as a video game or video streaming platform. Not like YouTube per se. It's mostly video game streaming. But there is a growing section on arts and crafts. And you can find a lot of people that are doing a wide variety of arts and crafts. And there's a small percentage of us that are doing just cross stitch. And so it is something that has been a lot of fun to do, to interact with anywhere from 30 to 50 different cross stitchers or people interested in cross stitch over the course of a couple hour stream. It's really nice. It's a lot of fun, and I've met a lot of people and gotten to know a lot of people doing that, and something that I will continue to do. If it's anything that you're interested in, I will be doing a Christmas night stream this Friday, obviously Christmas, and I'm not 100% sure exactly when I'll start because it just kind of depends on our day plans, but I should be starting no later than let's say like 7 o'clock Eastern time on the East Coast of the United States, and at least a couple of hours, maybe 3 or 4. Who knows how long we will stitch. We just need to make some progress, right? Get some stitches done and hopefully have a good time. The second thing that I wanted to bring up was I have a Facebook page now. I have a Facebook group now that I don't talk about nearly enough, but it is a place where those of you guys who watch my videos or join me on Twitch, like the projects that I do, and stitch similar things, or maybe not similar things, but just like to be part of the community. The Facebook page is also down below, the link is, and just go ahead and join if you'd like and share what you're working on, because it's fun to see what everybody's working on. And it's also inspirational in a lot of ways because of the fact that, maybe you're in a bit of a funk with stitching, but maybe there's somebody else who's getting a lot of stitching done and you're seeing their progress and how excited they are. Maybe it stimulates a little something in you, a little spark that gets you going on your own projects and helps you along. So I think it's a really, really good idea. So the link is down below for that. And then finally, I started a cross-stitch pattern design store on Etsy, which surprised the heck out of me. If you had told me a year ago that I'd be doing this, I'd been like, what the heck happened in 2020 to make me do that? But honestly, I owe a lot of this to my friend Ronnie Rowe, who has been telling me for a long time to do this, and with his help, I was able to, get educated on how to do it, and it is a fascinating progress. Progress. It is a fascinating procedure. What's the word I'm looking for? Process. It's a fascinating process to take something and turn it into a cross stitch pattern, especially when it's something very different. And one of my finished pieces this year will actually be one of my own designs. So we'll see that. So, when you take into account the stitching that I did on my own work, I actually did quite a lot of stitching this year. And I don't know how it compares to last year, but at this point, I'm going to start keeping stats. I think it's a really good idea. And with the help of Pattern Keeper, it's a lot easier. So one of the things that I did, and I need to bring it up on my computer, I totally forgot, is the last couple of nights I've been going through and trying to figure out about where I am on, there we go, where I am on different projects in terms of total number of stitches done, percentage done, that kind of thing. And if I had work done before this year, how much did I have before 2020? How much did I get done in 2020? And it just, it's a way that I can be competitive with myself. So I hope you guys enjoy that aspect of it. And if you don't know what I'm talking about with Pattern Keeper, I highly recommend it. It's basically an application or an app, piece of software that you can get on your phone. Has to be an Android phone right now, or an Android ready device, like Google devices, Amazon Fires. You can use it on. You just can't use it on Apple products yet. They are working on an Apple version. I cannot speak highly enough of Pattern Keeper. It is a fantastic place to store all my patterns in one spot. I don't have to mess with paper patterns. It's a very easy way to keep track of what I have stitched and what I haven't, with its convenient little highlighter system. And I love the stats aspect of it, tracking how many stitches I do in a day and then seeing how many are done over time. It's just a fantastic program, and I think it's game changing in a lot of ways. Another thing that I got that I'm not going to be able to show greatly, but I started stitching on a frame this year. And I got this frame, I want to say I got this frame either at the very beginning of the year or at the end of last year. And it took me months to start using it. I wanted it, but then I think I was a little intimidated by putting it together and putting it with a pattern and learning how to stitch two-handed. Two-handed stitching was always something that I was like, oh, I don't think I can do that. But it turns out I can with practice, and I know you guys can too. Here we go. But I've got a nice little roller frame, and I purchased mine from a stitching shop in Denver, Colorado. And hopefully in the new year, more of these products will become available. It's really hard to get stands right now because so many people are home stitching, and they've discovered that they also love to use stands. So that is something that I have used, and it is starting to make a big difference in some of my projects. So I couldn't be happier, and I hope that we'll talk about which projects that I used this for, that I used the roller frame for. But yeah, so enough with the distractions and the delays. We're going to start looking at patterns, and I'm just going to grab them off the pile. Now, these patterns are both ones that I've been working on recently, as well as ones that I talked about in last year's never mind. That I left in that I've had in last year's. Uh, uh, I want to say show, but last year's episode, last year's spectacular. But I can see right now there are only 2 projects that I finished this year. That's pretty sad. But the one that I finished, and oh, by the way, I forgot to frame it and send it to Mom, was the It Is Well by My Big Toe Designs. I was really, really happy to get this done. I think it was about halfway done, maybe, when the year started, maybe. But getting this one done was nice. I really love stitching on this fabric. I'm going to say it's like, it might be like 25 count Lugana. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it's something like that. And it really was pretty and a lot of fun to stitch on. So I like that one a lot. I really do. Let me put this over. I'm not sure where I'm going to put everything as I look at it, but there's that one. Then I'm going to pull out another smaller one, and this one is the Chicago Bears piece, which I actually think I didn't stitch a single stitch on it this year. You guys remember this one? I like it. The problem is the bears stink. And if the bears stink, I just don't feel like stitching on it. I mean, I just can't. I just have a hard time. Now, have they turned things around? Potentially. They've modified some things, but I have no idea. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, there's that one. Will I get back to it this year? Who knows? Who knows? I would probably say there's a pretty good chance I won't, but we'll see. We'll see. I got to be honest about it, you know? I can't just talk about that I'm going to work on every single thing. Now, this is another piece. This next one, I'm kind of disappointed in because, let me just show you which one it is. So, do you guys remember this piece with Malice Towards None? It's an old Abraham Lincoln quote from, I want to say it might have been his second inauguration, but Charity for All. Remember how I had this bit right here? Because these are silk, and I had to wash it, or I had to rinse it off, and it bled. And I actually saw the comments from last year's video that gave me some tips on how to do this, and I never fixed it. I never stitched on it. And I was like, it hasn't been a full year since I've last touched this piece, has it? And apparently it was. Apparently I didn't do it. So I'm a little disappointed in myself. To be perfectly honest, not 100% sure where the thread is for this. So that'll be something that we're going to go through. Oh yeah, by the way, you'll see my handy dandy little organization system back here. Hold on. Handy dandy little organization system. So I'm using these little storage boxes with this little slider thing on the wall. Now, most of the time you'll see these used in garages for little bits and bobs for tools and things like that. But I thought this would be fantastic for cross-stitching, and it's something that I've used for the last year. And it works really well because I need a wide variety of colors for a lot of the different projects. And actually you can't see, but that's the, what? Well, there you go. There's the pile of cross-stitch projects, guys. That's embarrassing. That's sad. But there's the entire wall of what I need to fill in with floss. So you'll notice that there's a lot of boxes that don't have numbers on them yet. I have to go through and reorganize the entire thing. And I'm going to do that as I start working on some of my older projects and as I start going through my floss and organizing that a lot better. So that will be coming soon in 2021. Let's pull out another one that I didn't really do any work on. I had to stop because husband started laughing at me wearing my. He's like, you have floss on you. It's festive floss, honey. Festive floss. So this one is. Oh man, this was a project that I need to get back to someday, but not. It's not going to be soon. It's from. It's a city in Greenwich Village, and. That's as little as I've gotten done. This is a blended Scarlet Quince. It's from Scarlet Quince, and it's a blended thread or blended floss project where you take a piece, you take one strand from one color and one strand from the other, and you put them together, and then you stitch with them in certain areas. And so it's one of those things that it takes more time and more planning, and I just kind of stayed away from that this year. I didn't get a single stitch. I know I didn't even pull this out one time. The year both dragged immensely and also flew by in a lot of ways. And Anyway, I'm glad I do these videos because it helps me stay accountable to myself, and it also provides me with sort of like a marker for every year, and I can go back and look and see kind of what I've been working on. And I always get so hopeful and so motivated. I'm like, I'm gonna stitch so much, and then it's yeah. Anyway, I hope this year is different. Let's just say that. Let's go to something that I stitched a lot on, and you guys are going to be surprised about this one. Let's just say Boba Fett. And Boba Fett, in terms of like percentage of projects stitched over the course of 2020, I think it was my highest project. Now, sadly, I don't have the, let's see, wait, I have got stats here. I believe I did about 8,000 stitches just in this year, and that would have been about 43% of the entire stitches needed. If you go back and look at last year's video, I had maybe a third of this done at that time. It was really just like part of him all the way down. I really got a lot done on Boba. And considering they brought Boba back on The Mandalorian, if that's a spoiler for you, you need to watch Mandalorian sooner. But, you know, I keep going back and forth. Will I finish it? Will I not finish it? I really don't have that much more to go. And so should this be a finish? Yeah, it should just be a finish, and I should just suck it up and just do it. Stop being a baby about whether or not I should do it. Itchy earlobe. So, but that's pretty cool. I was kind of surprised when I looked at it. I didn't believe, or I wouldn't have believed that was the project that I got the most work percentage-wise done on. So that was pretty good. Let's see here. Let's pull out... Okay, so this one is barely started. And this one I do have a picture for. Holy cow. Wow, a big gust of wind just came up outside out of nowhere. Well, it probably came out of somewhere, but I don't know where. Anyway, it's this project. You guys remember this one? So the little Felis, little cat project. What's it called? Mini Felis? By Artisy. And I really like the look of it. However, I only got that much done. And I don't know how much I'll actually get done on it because part of me wants to jump and work on a couple of projects that I don't remember. I want to say I also got them from Artisy, like the Basset Hound one, but I haven't even pulled those out in forever. And those will not be on today's show. Maybe I'll do a show of like things that I've never started. How about that? Would you guys like that? The projects that I haven't started yet? It'd be a long show. There's that one. And then let's pull. All right. Now this is a project. This is Stormtrooper. And much to the chagrin of Sharon, also known as O to Be Purple, who has both a floss tube and a Twitch channel, I'm likely never doing any more on this one, on old Stormtrooper. You've gotten so much progress done. I haven't, and I'm not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it. I've got other Star Wars projects that I would do before this one now, and so as cool as this one is, honestly, I just don't think I'm going anywhere with it. I really don't. So there's that. Let's see here. What else we got? We got so much. And then there is, well, that's a finish. Let me just go ahead. I want to keep you guys like, nibbling away and like showing you the good projects and the not so good projects. But this is actually a project that I designed myself, raising the flag. And I'm really proud of it. It came out extraordinarily well. And when I say designed, what I did, let me zoom in on here for you. What I did was take a black and white photo and turn it into a monochromatic piece. It's where you're only using black thread on white fabric or just some dark thread on white fabric in a way that, illuminates the entire photo and just that photo. And I'm super excited about it. When I was able to get this just right, I was so excited. I'm like, I have to start stitching this right away. And I was able to get it done in just a couple of months. And that was fantastic. Now I need to frame this thing, and that is coming, but I just haven't been motivated to frame yet. I need to set aside everything that I need to frame. There's probably half a dozen things, and plan it and figure out how I'm going to do it and then go from there. Will I film it? I know a lot of you people want me to film it. A lot of folks want me to film that. I don't know if I will or not because I'm afraid I'm going to get frustrated and then I'm going to be like, and you're going to be like, Jules has lost her mind. And so, but raising the flag, super, super proud of this one. Super happy. Can't wait to get it up on the stitchy wall. Oh yeah, and that reminds me. So one of the things that we went through this year. All right. Hold on. And suddenly there's Binky. I got this dog this year, but she was barking there a second ago, so I had to interrupt the video and do that. All right. All right, Binky, get in there. Oh. It is like really gotten windy outside all of a sudden. It's like the house is shaking a little bit. So we're hoping the trash cans haven't blown away, but they probably have. So no worries. So I was telling you guys about something important. Oh yeah. So we went through a period this year, a little interlude here, where we really thought we were going to move. And we've sort of come full circle back around and decided that we're going to stay in our spot for now. But I think a lot of it was driven by the stress of COVID, my work stress, my husband's work stress. He's working from home. It's not ideal. And like many of all of us, it's been a very difficult year. And part of us just wanted to, we wanted to escape. We wanted to get away. And we thought, let's move. But, the reality is that where we live here in Colorado, we would really be, it's just not financially smart to do it because yeah. So we really do like our house. We just kind of have to redo some stuff. So one of the things that I want to do in the blue room here, with the cork board, and then we've got the stuff here, then I also want to actually start putting some of my projects back up on the wall and really kind of, again. So I'll create a little mini stitchy wall here. My little Binky is jumping all over my knee right now. Binky, you get one more appearance and then we've got to move on. Okay? So, no, Binky. She's like, no, don't do that to me. And this creature took up about a month of the year. I was obsessed. I'm still kind of obsessed, but she didn't really appreciate my cross stitching, and I can't cross stitch with her in my lap because I just can't. She won't sit still. Okay, Pumpkin? I know. You're happy right here, but you can't stay here. All right, girl. Go on. What else shall we show you? What have we done? What shall we show you? Well, let me show you a couple projects that I started this year. One is Lincoln Memorial. No. One is Lincoln Memorial, and I don't have a picture of it right now, which I wish I did, but I don't. That's just a little bit that I've gotten done. I will find that picture and I will show you, but it is a very large project. It's on 14 count, and it's another one of my own designs, and I'll find that picture and show you. But it is something that I'm very excited to get done, and it will be a finish into 2021. It has to be. So it has to be. There's that one, and then what else can I show you? Is that even a piece? That's a piece of fabric is what it is. So everything falls apart. All right, I'm going to show you this one. Now, come here, you. Honeybee portrait from Heaven and Earth Designs was it the first Heaven and Earth Designs that I started? It might have been. Now, the sad thing is that I haven't gotten hardly anything stitched this year. And when I saw where I was last year in December and where I am now, I'm like, no, that's not possible. I stitched on it this year, but that's how weird 2020 has been. I could have sworn I stitched a lot on it, but apparently I didn't. If I go by my stats, where is it? I have a total of about 2,600 stitches done, which is only about, it's not even a percentage point yet of the total amounts of stitching. Actually, it's supposed to be this way. Whoops. So And I'll find that picture as we go. You'd think I would be more. No, actually, if you guys know me, you know how disorganized I am. But there's that one, and an old. Well, actually, tell you what. Let's put up here one that I didn't really get anything stitched on, and I have the picture for it. Tower of Babel, that I really love and I think is beautiful. But the problem is that it's scarlet quince, and it's blended floss, so it is going to take me longer to do this. Now, this is one that I did not look and see how many stitches that I did, but it is one that I could swear that I did more on this one this year. But again, it's not a whole lot, so can you even see that? It's hard to see, but I might have gotten 400 or 500 stitches done on this year, but not a lot. But we'll make progress as we go. Well, let's make a little bit as we go, a little bit along. Now I'm going to bring up a series of Rainy Waterloo projects, cross-stitch collectible projects. This is why I shouldn't do these things like this late at night. Cross-stitch collectibles projects that I really, really want to see done at some point. And I would say, for me, my favorite designer, or like my favorite group that I get patterns from, besides myself, is Cross Stitch Collectibles. I mean, I've been looking at these guys for a very long time, for over a decade, and I just really would like to make more progress on some of these pieces. But I'm going to start with showing you Apothecary Shop, which I have not shown on stream in a very long time. I reached the confetti section at the very beginning of 2020, and I didn't really go anywhere with this. So what you see here is what you get, and sadly I did not get very far. Literally, if you go back and watch the video, I think I finished like here. Just this area here is all that I stitched on this year, which is like nothing, like maybe 200 stitches, 300 stitches. So in total, if I go by the stats, I have stitched about 17,000 stitches, of which maybe 200 or 300 were done this year. It puts me at just under 17% for this entire project. If I can get past this confetti section, and I know I can now because I finally got this pattern on Pattern Keeper, so it's going to be a lot easier to see exactly what I need to do, where my stitches need to go, and hopefully I can bust past this stage now and move past it. That's what I'm hoping for. I mean, aren't we all hoping for something? We're hoping for something. So there's that. And then with that, let me pull out baseball. Baseball saw a little more attention, but not a ton. Not a ton. Again, it's one of those things where I remember stitching on it quite a bit, but I don't think I got very far. So there's that one. So what I did this year was pretty much, I ended last year at about here. So I just got this guy's back done. And then I filled in more up through here. So I don't know how well that's showing up, but that's how it looks. So I've got just a little bit more. I think I might have like one page more to come down. And then, because I think his legs need to go down here. And then we'll be making progress. So baseball has about almost just under 12,000 stitches done, of which I think I did about 500 this year, and I'm sitting at about 10.5% on baseball, which, to be honest with you, is kind of interesting because I feel like I've stitched a lot more on Apothecary Shop, but apparently not so in terms of total stitches. I'm going to put this over here. And let's see. All right, now we're going to get to some of my more advanced projects. So first up, I'm going to show you the Reaper from Pain Free Crafts. First, I'm just going to show you what it looks like now. Now, last year, where I was with this is I had done the top row, and I had come down this left side, and I had ended it about right here. And I think this, well, actually, I could say this page actually rivals Boba Fett in terms, or this project rivals Boba Fett in terms of overall percentage of stitches stitched on a project in a year. I did what I wanted to, whereas I came all the way down, stitched all the way down this row, and then I went all the way across, and then came down that side, and then came, no, you can see, I don't have to trace it, but, and I'm left with 4 pages in the middle. And I'm already starting with the bottom pages. I've got a lot of ends here, and what those ends are basically the ends of two-handed stitching. I've got to go through and fix this up. But anyway, that's what it looks like right now. Now the reason why you see it kind of on the scroll frames is because it has been on the roller frame quite a lot, and that has been a major reason why a lot of progress has finally been made on this piece. I think I started working on the bottom when I got to about right here, and I just started stitching like crazy all the way across. And I need to put it back up on the frame to get more progress done on it. But it saw a lot of attention this year, and I'm really happy for it. It is a present for a friend, and one day I'll be able to give it to him. But for now, it's steady as she goes. And if you base this coming year's progress on what I got done, so do I have any? Okay, so Reaper, I had estimated that. Oh, that's the other thing. Besides putting it on the frame, the other big change that happened was I actually got this project on Pattern Keeper. And the way that happened was the folks that run Pain Free Crafts actually hopped onto one of my Twitch streams one day, and because they saw I was stitching one of their pieces, and they're like, wait a minute, why are you using a paper program or paper pattern? Why aren't you using the Pattern Keeper one? I'm like, I don't have it. And so they sent it to me, and after that and the frame, I mean, I've been making tremendous progress on this, and so thank you guys very much. And because of that, I feel like with as much progress as I made, especially after I got it on Pattern Keeper, that this is definitely a 2021 finish. Will be a 2021 finish. We'll see. I need to hang things up on my wall, like expected finishes, or maybe like total, stitches this week, stitches this year, or something. I don't know, something with stats up behind on the wall behind me or something. But so the stat numbers on Reaper. So I ended last year, and I was able to not individually count these, but count them via Pattern Keeper. I had done a little over 18,000 stitches before this year started. That would put me at 39% of the total project. And now I'm at 33,000 stitches, and that puts me at just over 70%. So about 15,000 stitches. I almost doubled the number of stitches that I had worked on. So yeah, it probably was, actually that one was probably the most stitches that I got in maybe of any other project. No, that's not true. I did more with Raising the Flag. I did about 16,000 on that, but I'm super happy. I'm super happy about it. And so, I can't, I just really want to finish that this year. I gotta get this out of the way. And so I do have the picture of Reaper. All right, very cool. Oh, actually, I can put it as well up there too. Stop. All right, there's that. All right, what else we got here? Let me go back to one that I just started. It's my most recent start, and it's another one of my own projects. And I really need to do something about all the ends of I did this myself, which is actually quite good compared to normal. But I have a lot of messy, I need to do something, serge this or do something along that lines. But I just started Empire State Workers, which, again, I don't think I have that picture super available because I'm not terribly organized. Okay, anyway, so it's Empire State Workers. I just started it. I want to say it's about 30,000 stitches. It should be something that I finish this year. And again, because it's my piece, it's something that I do want to finish this year. So there's a little extra bit of motivation there. That is a monochromatic piece, just black thread. So I don't have my cone of my humongous cone of black here, but that has come in very handy. Let's see here. I have a few more to show. Sometimes I do this a lot larger, but to be really true to like what I'm working on right now, I haven't worked on as many pieces in the year that I normally do. It's okay. It's okay. What shall I show? Let me show you Rainy Waterloo Place. So I know this is a favorite, and a lot of people like to watch the progress of this one. And we are making some good progress now on this one. So that's where we're at. And what I was able to do this past week finally, well, let me just go over the stats real quick. So at the end of last year, I had finished 51,000 stitches, and I was at 57% of total project completed. Now I'm at 66,000 stitches and about 74% completed. So 15,000 stitches on this piece this year. There was definitely a couple stretches where I didn't stitch on it at all. And then there was a point where I started stitching on it again, and then I messed up, and I had to frog like half a page, and that really put me in a bad mood as far as this project. But the column that I'm working on right now, I actually started at the bottom on this one, and then been working my way up, and I'm now at the very top of it. But it only goes out to about here. So I've actually done a lot on this already, on this row, which is 2 pages. And so I am looking forward to, let's see, if that's a quarter, if 66,000 is a quarter, and I got roughly about another 15,000 stitches to go, that's very doable. Very doable. So, I mean, honestly, I feel like this is another one that should be finished this year. So, I just, last year, or 2020, if you watch my 2019 video, I proclaimed 2020 as the year things finally start to look like something. I think 2020 definitely wasn't that, but 2021 could actually be the year that I actually get some full coverage completions of projects that I've been working on for a while. I think that would be very good. Then I want to show you Dachshund. Now, in 2019, Dachshund went through a major metamorphosis, if I could say the word. I actually stitched like a full couple pages and then lost the piece. And it just disappeared. And more than that, it took me like a few months to realize that it disappeared. And when I realized what had happened, I was really disheartened for quite a while and didn't want to restart it because I'd already done so much on it and I'd have to start all over. I finally got over that and got over myself and decided to switch from 18 count to 14 count fabric because I just enjoy stitching on larger count fabric. The 14 count is my preferred, and I felt like I could get a lot more progress done that way. And then what I did was, lately I've been putting it on the roller frame, so I have it on roller frame, scroll frame bars right now, and so you guys can really see what it looks like. But I've gotten a lot of progress done, and I'm pretty happy with it. Let's look at it this way. So it looks good. So this is literally the bottom of the piece. So I've got, this is one whole page pretty much done, and then got the better parts of the next 2 pages already done as well. So I am now ahead of where I was, and I've decided to come down all the way here because I just wanted to see how large it was. But there is a lot fewer color changes down here than there are sort of in this area, and this enables faster progress. So that's kind of why I'm doing it. But this is a piece from Gecko Rouge UK, and it's a very, very colorful Dachshund. And where did I put it? I had it, and now I don't. Well, Dachshund yet again. Runs a ways. Runs a ways. It's all good. Oh, I rainy Waterloo place. I'm not even getting any of these things up. But that's okay. Because next year, when I do my end of year, or like at the end of 2021, when I do my end of year, I'm gonna have so much stitching done. It's crazy. So there's that one. And oh yeah, so you might be wondering, there's another project that I stopped working on, Wonders of the World, which was another Gecko Rouge project. And honestly, it just wasn't speaking to me. And it was a very, very large project on 25 counts. And I determined that I was going to need to do 10 stitches, 1/1. And I just decided that it was too much to do for a project that I didn't really love. And it was a massive project. I gave it away. I gave it away to somebody who expressed interest in it. And so I hope that individual will enjoy it and really like it. And we'll see. But I hope that works out really well for them. But speaking of large projects, I have one here that is sort of the piece that I'm sort of known for, and also the piece that I really ignored for the vast majority of the year. And that is, of course, Old World Map 2 from Golden Kite. Oh, how I love / not love this piece. Let me look real quick at my stats for this. So before this year, I got done, or I had stitched 48,000 stitches on it, for a total of 7% of the project done. And I estimated that I got maybe 3,000 stitches done this year. So a total of about 51,000 stitches puts me at about 7.4%. So I think I got basically a full page done, and then I even got it on Pattern Keeper, and I succeeded in not really going very far with it. I believe that this was one that suffered from both my stress level as well as when I took apart this whole thing downstairs and put all my floss in a box where it was very difficult to pick out colors. So because of that, Old World Map 2 uses over 200 colors, so I need to be able to find those colors really, really easily. But let me show you where we are. Whee! So here to there. So, and then we just got to go this far over to the end. Now, I think for 2 years now, I have said my goal at the end of the year is to have the top row done. And for 2 years, I haven't been able to get it done. And now I have Pattern Keeper for it. And I believe that will help me make tremendous progress. What I might have to do is, well, thankfully, where I'm at is sort of this area right here. And I've gotten a lot of this, the writing part done. And thankfully, because I'm sort of on a new page, it should be easier to be able to see with Pattern Keeper where I'm at. You can tell that I still have some stitching to do in other spots. And I'm going to work on that as I go, but I'm focusing mostly on working on that page. I think I got that last full page done really fast with Pattern Keeper. Maybe I got scared. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm stitching too quickly on this piece. It could actually get done. But I call this my lifetime cross-stitch project. It is something that is going to take me a very long time, and it's going to take me even longer if I never stitch on it. So I'm going to use this pattern, this project, to basically reorganize all my floss up there. Because I know as I go, I'm going to need to find this color and this color and this color. And so as I search through my stash and I find everything, things will just naturally get organized. And if I do work on Apothecary Shop, I'll probably work on that one over baseball this year, just because I had started that before baseball, and I actually like it more than I like baseball. I just like Apothecary Shop more. So we'll see. But I'm hoping. I'm really hoping. So this fabric is monstrous. It's like 5 feet by 6 feet. It's massive. And when I actually get like this row and then the next row done, it's going to weigh a lot. I'm going to need to put a back brace on before I actually pick it up. But there's that one. Let's see if I can find some pictures here. I've got the city from Greenwich Village that we talked about earlier from Scarlet Quince. So I've only gotten this little section done right there. So yeah, it's a beautiful painting, but I've got so much to do on it. Let me pull out a couple more things here that I'm totally not ready for. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I haven't shown you that I want to work on. There's a little project that I want to work on, a little Lizzie Kate, which is number 157, Think Deeply, which it says, think deeply, speak gently, love much, laugh often, work hard, give freely, be kind. And I really think that says a lot of really good things. So I am going to want to do that at some point. I already have the fabric for it, so that should be just fine. Ooh, there's everything. Hello, pictures. So, so I made the smaller picture of that one. And then I have the bears. So I haven't gotten very far, just this top bit. And then baseball ray. So I got to the right, like there on the umpire, so I just got to do below. I just got to do his legs. And then I can start on the next page, which is mostly the row of the tree. The tree. So there's that one. And then there's Old World Map 2. And let's see here. Can I, with my... Oh, yeah, the other thing that happened this year is I started having to use reading glasses all the time. Well, at least when I read. And especially when I cross. I can't cross-stitch now without them. I am at... right... here. There. Here. Where it says I'm right here. So... my color's not showing up great. My lighting is off. I got to figure out my lighting. But it's my super slick reading glasses. But there's that. And I also have, I'll show you these. Well, no, I should do this on the video where I show all my whips that I haven't started. What are those called? I don't know what they're called. Storage. Storage is what they're called. But I could easily do a video on that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know where all my stuff is, to be perfectly honest with you. But I think that's it. Let me look at my list here of pieces, and I talked about every single one that's on there. So I think that's pretty much it. You know, the year never goes the way you expect it to. And like I said at the beginning of the video, there's likely a lot of you out there that got a lot more stitching done than you thought. There's probably a lot of new people to my channel who look at all the projects that I'm doing and be like, well, of course you're not getting anything done. You're working on too many things. And I would agree with you 100%, which is why that I started reducing my load to just like 3 or 4 projects per week. And because I started the store, I really need to get some of my own patterns completed. So I've been focusing on those, but I'm not going to stop stitching other things. I mean, I got into cross stitching because I loved producing these works of art that other people had designed, and just because I haven't designed it doesn't mean I don't want to stitch it. So I'm still going to promote other people. I'm still going to promote other stores. Yeah, that's just what I do. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else going on. I don't think that there is right now. My throat's starting to get a little sore from all the talking. Yeah, I think that's it. So thanks for hanging out for another end of year cross stitch spectacular. And I hope that you guys have a great end of your year, and that we move into 2021, and that everybody has a much better 2021 than 2020. But what's your stitching goals for the year? Like, do you have a stitching goal? Do you guys do goals? Do you do weekly goals or monthly goals in terms of numbers of stitches? I think that's something that I need to start keeping track of, so that, you know, it's one of those things that I can look to at the end of the month or the end of the year. Maybe it motivates me, maybe it discourages me, but it'll be a good way to keep track of things. And I don't know. I need all the motivation I can get. So goals for the year, though, in terms of what we're going to do, what I'm hoping to do this year is I want to see finishes. I want to see a finish on Reaper. I want to see a finish on Rainy Waterloo Place. I hope I can finish Boba Fett, get everything together to do that. And there was, and then I want to get, let's say, 2 of my own projects done, at least, if not more. Empire State Workers, Lincoln Memorial at night. I want to get those projects done as well. And that's a lot of stitching. So we'll see. We'll see what the year brings. I really got to stop sort of making promises to myself or giving myself these lofty goals that I can't complete. But I am feeling optimistic. And a lot of it is because of the new tools that I have with the frame and Pattern Keeper. I feel like it's it's a dual threat in terms of speeding up the stitching and helping me out. So, oh, guys, I can't believe another year is over. We're going to be starting our 5th year of cross-stitching, or 5th year of cross-stitching on YouTube coming up soon here. My 5th year anniversary is in March, I think. And so I don't have anything super planned for it. I just want to keep stitching. I want to make progress. I want to see some things come to life here. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of your year. Happy holidays. And I will see you guys very soon. Remember Friday night Twitch stream if you want to join in. And let me know if you want to see a video of all the projects that I don't have, which I probably really shouldn't do, because all it's going to do is just make me want to stitch something that I'm going to add in the rotation. So let's hold off on that for now. But I am going to do one more video this year. Well, I'm going to do a couple, probably 3 more videos this year. But one of the videos is going to be a roundup of all the patterns that are possible to get on my store. And I'm going to just walk through them and show them to you, show you like why I did it, talk a little bit about the inspiration for why this particular pattern, and just, a little bit about the process, but not much, a little bit. I think that's it. Got my blues robe on. Hockey season is about to come back in a couple of weeks. Let's go Blues. And yeah, I'm tired. I'll see you guys later. Happy stitching. Stay safe. And I'll see you in 2021.